So lately I've been thinking a little bit. Everywhere you go, whether it's the news articles, whether it's talking to people, listening to reader comments here, or watching Instagram direct messages I get, we always tend to blame food for why people are fat. But based on my experience, food actually has nothing to do with it. And I know that sounds a bit weird, but in today's video I want to share a little bit about what I mean when I say food is not the reason we're fat and that we're unhealthy. Hey guys, I'm Alex Hine, author of the book Master the Day. A year ago, I had a really interesting call with a woman where she wanted to sign up for coaching with me, and she said to me that, when we got to talking, she started divulging some personal details, aspects of her life, but when I asked her why I thought she hadn't received or gotten the results she wanted so far, she said something interesting that was kind of a bomb when she dropped it. She said that, I used to be sexy, I used to be attractive when I was young, and since I gained weight, there's a little bit less of that. I get hit on less. But she said, word for word, I'm afraid if I lose weight again, that I'm going to cheat on my husband. That was the real reason why she hadn't lost weight. So you think about that. It had nothing to do with the diet, had nothing to do with workouts, had nothing to do with, you could call it mindset, and nothing to do with her habits. But it was a deeply held belief as to why she did not want to lose weight because she was going to sabotage something important in her life. So you tell me, for this woman, is food, is a diet, is changing some specific habit about her life, is that what's really going to help her lose weight? I would say no. Now here's another example. I talked to a guy recently and he told me that every single girl he's dated has cheated on him. And so his primary method of coping with this anxiety and this emotional frustration in life was to eat food. So was this guy who gained 40, 50 pounds, was his real issue food, or was it something deeper? Was it the fact that he couldn't deal with these emotions of getting cheated on? And that's how he was burying the hatchet. He was basically just hammering down food instead of dealing with the emotions. It's just like the last video I shot recently, why I don't do drugs, why I don't use substances to deal with my issues. Because you can't bury things forever, right? You're not like taking it out back and burying it in the lawn. You're burying it inside yourself and it's still there. It's not going somewhere. It's going to be there forever unless you deal with it. And it's just going to come out in another way. It's going to come out some kind of frustration, some kind of anxiety, depression, sadness, or substance abuse. Because you're like, whoa, I feel weird. I don't know why I feel weird. Something's weird. I need to control it, right? It's about getting control. So for this guy, for regaining control, does he really need a diet? And was a diet really going to help him solve his problems? I would say no. I had a college student email me, and she said the exact same thing. She said she had gained 40 pounds in a year in college, and she realized she had a lot of free time, she wasn't in class that much, and so she was trying to figure out, what do I do with my life? Why am I here? What's my purpose? Why am I spending so much money on college? Why do all these things? And so her manifestation of this existential crisis was eating food, eating a lot of it, just regularly throughout the day for no reason. So is food really the issue with this girl? Or was it she's trying to cope with finding her purpose in life or trying to find work she loved or the reason that she's alive? Was food really the issue? Or is it something much, much deeper? And I talked to a client recently, a guy in his mid-40s, he had a great job, he was making good money, but it was stressful. So because of the stressful job, he got off work at like 8 o'clock at night and he said that the only way he could come off work, like literally wind down, was to have some cheap Chinese food and a couple of beers. Well, cheap Chinese food and 3 or 4 beers a night is going to add up to a lot of weight pretty soon. And he emailed me when he'd gained 30 or 40 pounds. And the thing with this guy, Mike, was it really that simple to just change his diet? Like I could give him the perfect workout, the perfect diet plan, everything that would change his life, on paper. But was that really going to do anything for his weight? When really the reason he came home and did that is because he was overworked and overstressed. And so this is what I mean when I say that weight loss is about life. Weight loss is not about eating less and moving more. It has very little to do with that. If we were robots and automatons, yes, that would be weight loss. But it's not. We're humans. We have emotions. We have stress. We have kids. We have school. We have work. So weight loss is about life. And the irony is that I find that the people who get the best results focus on improving their overall life and not just changing their diet. Because again, you can change the diet forever and yet be the same stressed out, anxious person, or be the same insecure person, or be the same person that doesn't deal with their problems. You can be the exact same person, and yet you can lose weight or gain weight only as a matter of the way you deal with your life. So I want you to think about the difference here. People who love their jobs versus people that hate their jobs. 9 or 10 hours a day, loving your life versus hating your life. Which person do you think is more prone to emotional eating and to binge eating? Which person do you think is going to go home and yell at their girlfriend or their boyfriend or their partner of whatever kind? Probably the person who hates their job is more likely to go home and vent that negative emotion somewhere. What about a person who loves themselves versus a person who hates themselves? Well, I'm going to bet my money every day, every single time, that the person that actually likes themselves is probably going to abuse themselves less. They're probably going to take their crap out less on other people than the person who hates themselves. And then what about people in happy relationships versus people in miserable ones with this conflict? Again, I would put my money every single time on the person who's in a happy relationship to make better decisions with food, because they don't have to deal with that internal feeling every single day. They don't have to channel it somewhere. And it often goes to food. So when I say weight loss is about life, I mean, for so many of us, the answer is to stop trying to lose weight, stop trying to earn more money, stop trying to be happier, and just improve one's life, improve your life. If you get that better job you love, you're going to be so much happier. You're going to be nicer. You're going to lose weight because you make better decisions. You're going to be nicer in your relationships. You're going to attract the right kind of people. The same thing spills over in every aspect of life, because life, everything is intertwined. It's not a selected piece like, oh, I just focus on my diet and I ignore my finances. Or I just focus on my finances and ignore my diet. I just focus on attracting the right kind of girl or guy or whatever, and then I ignore my weight. All of them affect everything else. And so what I want to leave you here today is this idea of taking a look at your life holistically. If it's not working for you, if your weight's not working for you, your finances are not working for you, take a look at life holistically. Don't make your first idea to be, oh, my calories and my workouts. Have your first idea be, how is my life? Like holistically, my relationships, am I happy? Do I like my work? Does my life have purpose and meaning? How are my friends? How are my relationships with my family? Look at that, because you can often just change that and not change anything about how you eat, not consciously anyway, and you're going to get the results you want. So before you go, I want you to leave a comment there below. Let me know for you, like, what is this video jogging? What is coming up? And what is it making you realize you need to work on in terms of that holistic picture for having either a happier life or a more successful life? But also I'm saying, what is the little aspect of your life, the facade, you need to work on in order to have a better life? Hey guys, it's Alex. I hope you like this video. The best way to stay in touch is to grab that free guide, 5 Daily Habits to help you lose your next 20 to 30 pounds on my site. It's totally free for you. Also, come click the monk dude to subscribe and watch the next videos when they come out. You can check out the latest video right yonder. And if you like this tiny daily habits approach to both getting fitter and also having more success in your life, check out my book, Master the Day. You can check it out on Amazon or in the description there below. And it's all about the tiny daily success habits I learned interviewing people that lost over 100 pounds and kept it off years later. And if you send your receipt to alexander@modernhealthmonk.com, I'll send you a 2-hour bonus video course for free.